So now that we've finished the events at Seafront, we have a whole new battery of side quests open. I immediately spent my time running around in circles trying to find out where all of them are.
It's not like we can keep it hidden forever.
Why do all men have to be so... Never mind.
Our first stop of the day is actually at the tavern, where we can find something to eat. So, herbs, wheat, sardines. You can see that we already have the herbs. I'm 1 short of wheat, and we had 8 sardines. This was the big reason for doing all the fisherman quests, because now...
It's not like we can keep it hidden forever.
I will one day remember that circle is not X. Now we can just buy up all the sardines that we need. You can technically go fishing for them again, but it's so much easier to just do that. I was also looking to see if I could just purchase the last little thing of wheat. No. No, I can't.
Hello!
So, that'll be put on the back burner for a second.
Mean old battle axe, that one.
Again, out here, I was just making rounds to make sure I wasn't missing any of the potential side quests, because you can run back and talk to Devila about them, even though she'll only mention 3 at a time. And, well, she'll only mention 3 at a time, and she's in the village, so that's a bit of a trek just to verify if there are any side quests. What I was mostly doing here, instead of trying to make them in a sensible order, and do them mostly one at a time, is that at this point, side quests are going to involve a whole lot more running back and forth. So, for the sake of efficiency and for my own sanity, I was trying to gather up as many as possible on each trip, so I didn't have to go back and forth between the village and seafront, and middle of nowhere and seafront and village, seafront, road, plain, seafront, anywhere. As it turns out, though, there are a lot fewer quests in Seafront right now than I thought there were. Unfortunately, one of them includes this guy. I actually like this guy. I like the end of his quest. But he wants things that can't be gotten easily. Wool, natural rubber, and goat hides. I hope I'm not in a hurry either. Now, most of this guy's inventory isn't actually that big of a deal. Natural rubber, I think, would normally be the thing that's hardest to get, because it's a rare spawn of gather points out on the, I believe, just the eastern road. You might be able to find it on the southern plains.
It's not like we can keep it hidden forever.
Fortunately, that can be gotten around just by talking to the materials shopkeeper. She sells rubber. That's it. I was also at this point trying to locate the blacksmith. Instead I just found this lady. blacksmith is actually a little bit easier to reach. He's just right up here. There.
Hello.
Selection cannot be beat. Good job. He normally sells the Lily Leaf Sword and the Beastbane, but since we already have them, he's not gonna bother.
You better watch yourself around that old lighthouse, lady. Got it?
I got it. Now, since most of the stuff we're going to be needing is easily available through the village, we're just going to skip right back over there. There we go. It's like magic. We're also going to talk to this guy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's sad. Especially if it's one of those happy dogs.
Well, hello.
Anyway, I immediately continue my quest for just trying to find wheat that I don't need to grow myself. And for some reason I just have no luck finding the person that I need at any point in time. Spoilers, I wind up growing the wheat.
How are things?
I know, I've ruined your experience. That guy you can just buy the wool from, as you could see for a second there.
Well, hello.
There's not much of a point buying the wool. Wool is technically a rare drop off the sheep. I think it's a 20% yield. But there are just so many sheep on the plains, it's not an issue to get it at all. Yona, as you can see in the corner there, actually has a little side quest for us. But before we go there, do a quick round of planting, since I need to get that wheat anyway. That was wheat, not weed. And I am going to once again be a very rich man once I get out of this. But Yona's feeling better, so let's see.
You're back.
What does she want? Yeah. Sounds delicious.
Food for a home-cooked meal, hmm?
You got something to say?
Oh, no, nothing at all.
Look, I know Yona's not a 4-star chef or anything, but she puts her heart into it, and I love her for it. Only a real jerk wouldn't appreciate the effort. What kind of father do you think I am?
Did you hear me imply anything of the sort?
I guess not.
Just, well, good luck.
Yeah.
Of course, I already went ahead and massacred the deer, and I still have those 9 other bundles of wheat. So, no farming necessary, just food poisoning.
Yo.
That one.
promise I'll be safe, Dad. I'll wait right here and not get into any trouble. I'll even drink that medicine Popola made, even though it's really gross. Just come back for me, okay?
Alright, Yona, but only on grounds that you don't cook anything. Dear God. In a desperate attempt to get that, taste out of our mouths, I'm gonna go kill some sheep. Just gonna go kill some sheep. So sheep murder is the same as it ever was. Except now there are shades. Not a lot for this particular... right over his head. For this particular weather pattern. But sometimes sheep hunting can actually get a little complicated because you have shades that are killing sheep and then the bodies disappear when they go off screen. Anyway, it's not that big a deal no matter what. See, I already have the wool. And it's just a matter of getting more clumps of it. Nothing of particular note happened while I was doing this, except that I killed my 100th sheep, and the game was very excited about it. I am the sheep whisperer. Bring me your caprines for slaughter. Like that. Anyway, the 10 wool is easy enough, and you have enough mutton after that to be able to sell it back to that woman for another good chunk of profit. Unfortunately, this means I now have goat hide farming to do. Goat hides. Hides of goats. Oh boy. Gonna be honest, in normal circumstances I wouldn't have bothered saving that because I don't think it's been that long since I saved, but this is being done during some bad weather, and the power had a tendency to cut out. And I know that I picked up a goat hide while I was out there right then, and I wasn't risking getting rid of that. And the reason for that is that much like wool, goat hides are only a 20% drop off of goats. However, the most goats you're going to see in any single area are right here on the eastern road, upwards of 5. Just 5 at a time. This means that if you're lucky, you can average 1 goat every time you're out here. And unfortunately, the run back and forth to respawn the goats takes about 2 minutes. So if you're lucky, and the RNG is being kind, it takes about 20 minutes to farm all the goat hides that you need. 20. That's if you're lucky. Generally speaking, it takes a lot longer than that because the random number generator hates you. Absolutely despises you. Here, I even only had 4 goats total. And I'm pretty sure that none of them actually dropped a hide for me. Nope. So what followed was 30 minutes of my killing goats. But you don't need to see that. I didn't need to see that. Nobody needs to see that. That hide right there was, fortunately, thank God, the 10th one. But, before I head back into the village or to Seafront, I mentioned earlier that there is a little area to the south of this place, which we weren't allowed to go to before. If you tried, Vice would just yell at you for having better things to do, or Nier would yell at himself because he's got to save Yona. But since we aren't in quite as much of a hurry anymore, we can just saunter off into the wasteland in this direction. And when I say wasteland, I mean desert level. And when I say little area to the south, I mean there is a goddamn desert down here. Oh well. The only reason to come down here at this point, other than maybe doing a little bit of ore farming, is because there's some dialogue you're gonna see here.
God, there is sand between my pages.
Dialogue that you are never gonna see under any other circumstances.
What's that thing?
It is known as a scorpion. Phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Chelicerata, order Scorpionida. They are closely related in form and structure to other arachnids.
Well, that clears everything up.
It's an enemy. Kill it.
Now that I understand.
Papa Nier, you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, are you? So this is just a little preview of the desert. We will be coming here for better reasons than my listening device complained about having sand in his pages. But this is just a little bit of dialogue that I did not realize existed until relatively recently, and I thought I'd share.
I've got sand in places I didn't know I had.
I warned you about this. We should turn back while there's still time.
He also seems convinced that being in a desert will kill you just by virtue of being in a desert? Which I guess is true, but doesn't make a whole lot of sense in context. That purple and green cloud, incidentally, is a poison effect. You can see it's slowly draining health. It'll eventually fade on its own.
Who are these guys?
I do not know, but they appear to be preventing us from entering.
Yeah, them standing there is a real deterrent. Anyway, you can see that the poison already faded. You can pick up the antidotal weeds. That's the only thing that'll fix poison. I think, though, it's only arachnids that can actually poison you. It's the scorpions when they sting you, and it's the big freaky-ass spiders when they spit poison at you. Nothing else can really do that. Not much of a status effect, but I guess they tried. Something over there. Take us out, Vice.
God, there is sand between my pages.
Thank you. Anyway, that was a nice little adventure. Let's just head back to the village now. So in between that and going into the village, I went ahead and collected and did the No, I didn't reset system clocks. I stood there for 24 hours staring at my crops while they grew. I don't have much to do with my life. But I got the wheat. I got another God knows how many bundles of rice. And so long as we're headed towards seafront, we can talk to this guy. He wants to deliver a serving tray. A fragile serving tray.
Yo.
And there's some money.
Yo.
At this point, it just seems excessive, honestly. Anyway, yeah, fragile serving tray. I've already learned my lesson about rolling on top of fine glasswares. At that point, I was going to go in and check on Devila, but decided against it. I think I have most of the side quests that are available right now, and those that I don't have, I am specifically saving for later.
Oh no, not this task again.
We'll be fine. We just need to go slow and take it easy.
I am a creature of phenomenal talents, but those are two that escape me.
Yeah, go slow and take it easy. Whee! Sorry, dear. So I honestly think this one is easier than the one through the area because you have much shorter distance to go. The boar can almost run straight in a straight line. Look at him sashay. And Seafront itself is not a town where you can fall off the edge and destroy every bone in your body, plus your glasswares. And fortunately, we have two other things to do at the tavern.
We can keep it hidden forever.
So we can hand off a serving tray, and we can hand off all those ingredients that we collected. We being I know you didn't do anything.
Yo. Yo.
Wait, if you're serving fish, why didn't you get them to get you the sardines? Well, he immediately has a secondary task for us. And that's going to involve running all the way back to the village. For now, though, we can give our nice merchant friend all the stuff we collected for him. And I hope he's appreciative of those goat hides. I swear to God.
Yo.
Oh boy. So this looks like the lead into a terrible minigame.
If I may,
What is it?
what are we doing here?
We're organizing all this stuff.
Let me rephrase myself. This is for the sake of the merchant in training, yes?
Yes.
Then would it not be more appropriate for him to take care of his own belongings?
The man's in a pinch, Vice. We're just helping him out.
I yearn for the day when someone shows such kindness to us.
As you can see, it is not a minigame. That's it. You know, awesome. It can come soon enough. To get him to launch, you just need to walk out of Seafront, then walk back in.
Yo.
What a tremendous waste of our time.
Who knew the guy would get seasick? Maybe next time he can try finding work that doesn't involve the ocean.
Maybe next time you'll try sitting at home and doing nothing.
A little vindictive there. So to save us some time, the cookbook. The cookbook is in the library. You don't need to talk to anybody, you just need to actually find it. I say this because I managed to throw myself against the wall. Every single wall of the library before finding the cookbook. Every single one. The punchline being that if I had gone left instead of right, there it is. Yep. Anyway, there's nothing special between finding the cookbook and going back to Seafront, so we just head right back to Seafront.
Yo.
Shark. 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 Okay, fine.
It is fascinating how gourmet cuisine can survive even in the midst of a food shortage.
Yes, it is nice. So they want, shark and rice and mushrooms. I have plenty of rice. Mushrooms you can get by, gathering out on the Eastern Plains, or you can just talk to the material shopkeeper. Not the shopkeeper, sorry. I think the greengrocer, actually. She'll sell you mushrooms. They're kind of pricey, and if you're strapped for cash, then it's better to go ahead and harvest for them. We're not strapped for cash. Yeah, we never will be. Now the fun part of this comes from the sharks. You actually cannot fish up sharks unless you've done at least a couple of the Fisherman's Gambit side quests, and if you've done all 5 of them, then, well, obviously it's a lot easier. Unfortunately, I completely forgot how to actually fish for sharks. I was trying to bait them with carp, because they're sharks, and I remember that they, you know, eat other fish. But apparently Rusty Buckets eat carp. Who knew? Rusty Buckets and tin cans. Why not? Apparently sharks don't like carp. What you actually need to do is bait them with sardines. You only need 5, but always buy extra just in case you wind up catching rusty buckets or aquatic plants instead. But, once you use the sardines, the sharks are actually real easy to get. There's only one other fish that eats sardines, and they are much bigger and they are much rarer. So out here, you just wait for your tells and pick up a shark. And like I said, it's best to have all 5 of the Fisherman's Gambits done first, because these guys are big. And I would assume unfriendly. Also, they are sharks. They are sharks about 10 feet away from... That shark just hit somebody in the face, I know it. Anyway, you just get 5 of those. You just get 5 of those. Just smash them into the side of the tavern. I'm pretty sure that they literally just go flying through the window. There's your sharks, buddy. Hope you like them.
Yo.
Sorry about your wall. Anyway, that was a bust. I guess.
The Black Scrawl's here too?
So after that, I just went back to town.
Yo.
Told this guy about the serving tray. And that just leaves one more order of business. This dog. Now, I can assure you, over the course of murdering sheep out here on the Northern Plains, I explored just about every inch of it, but didn't find his loyal companion. There is, however, one place that I didn't look, and it's a pretty safe bet that the dog is waiting there. Also, I don't know what's up with this particular lighting effect. I thought the game was having some kind of weird issue, but it's just some weird weather that I guess I don't really bother noticing that often. Anyway, down here, you can find shades and a little sparkly bit. And the dog. Surrounded by big shades. I just chose a really bad weather pattern to do this in, apparently. Normally you don't have these little guys crushing in on you. It's just the three big ones. Oh man, it's gonna be upset. I'm upset.
Well, we found him. It looks like we're too late. This is gonna be hard for that old-timer to deal with.
Be they dog or man, no living thing can escape their ultimate fate.
That include you, Vice?
In truth, I have never considered the question. I suppose at some point in time I may simply wink out of existence.
I doubt I'll live long enough to see that happen.
See there.
Yeah?
See here. If I ever find myself departing this world.
Oh, stop being morbid, Vice. Besides, you can't die. You're made of paper.
Indeed. I've never looked at it like that before.
Papa Nier's birthday is September 11th. The implication of that isn't actually September 11th. Apparently it was the Japanese release date of the original Drakengard. Just more pointless trivia for you. Anyway, the dog.
Yo,